this is Antoinette from Smartneedle. Welcome to my channel. I am so excited to share today's project with all of you. My brand new Ginger Quilt Cottage Wallet. This little quilted gingerbread cottage is puffy, adorable, and so much fun to stitch. You can mix and match fabrics, add cute little characters to the windows, and create your own sweet holiday cottage. And the best part, this design comes in 5 hoop sizes, so no matter what machine you have, you can make the perfect size wallet for gifting, a stocking stuffer, or for keeping for your own. Each size is stitched out beautifully and makes such a charming handmade gift for friends, families, and teachers, or for yourself. So grab your fabric, your heat and bond leftover folder, and all your favorite notions. And let's get started. I can't wait to show you every step of the way.
Okay, let's get started. Just a quick reminder, all my embroidery designs can be done in a single needle embroidery machine or a multi-needle embroidery machine. Okay, hoop one layer of tearaway stabilizer and run the first spool color over the stabilizer as the video shows. Now we're going to cover the whole guideline with 2 or 3 layers of cotton batting. For the biggest wallet, you can use 3 layers of cotton batting. For the medium size, about 2 layers of cotton batting. And for the smallest size, I would recommend only 1 layer of cotton batting. Go ahead and run the next spool color. It will do the tack down stitch to attach the cotton batting to the project. After the tack down line is done, we're going to trim all around it. And we're going to also trim out the small circles where the snap will go. We don't want any bulk in that area. Now that the cotton batting is all trimmed, we're going to cover the whole area with a piece of pattern fabric of your choice. Keep running your machine for the next spool color. It will do the tack down stitch to attach the pattern fabric to the project. The following spool color will stitch the next applique guideline as the video shows. Now we're going to prepare our applique fabric. Since we're doing blanket applique, I highly recommend to use heat and bond on the back of your fabric so the edges won't fry. Just iron the heat and bond on the front and back as the video shows, so the heat and bond can adhere to the back of your fabric really well. Now we're going to cover the whole applique guideline with our piece of fabric. Just make sure you remove the paper backing from the heat and bond before laying it down. The following spool color will do the tack down stitch to attach the heat and bond applique fabric to the project. After the tack down stitch is all done, we're going to trim all around it. The following spool color will start doing the blanket applique stitch all around the edge of that applique fabric. Keep running your machine for the following spool color. It will do the next applique guideline as the video shows. Now I am going to grab my heat and bond leftover folder. As many of you already know, I always overcut my heat and bond applique fabrics because it gives me plenty of leftovers for future projects. It's truly saved me time and money. For those of you who haven't tried this yet, I highly recommend creating your own heat and bond leftover folder. You can even use your fabric scraps to build it. Just add heat and bond to a bunch of them and store them for future projects. It's such a great way to save time, stretch your material, and mix and match fabrics as you go. So for this wallet project, I'm going to pick most of my applique fabrics right from this folder. Now we're going to cover the whole applique guideline with a piece of heat and bond fabric of your choice. Just make sure you remove the paper backing before laying it down. Keep running your machine for the next spool color. It will do the tack down stitch to attach that heat and bond applique fabric to the project. After the tack down stitch is all done, we're going to trim all around it. The following spool color will do the blanket applique stitch all around the edge of that applique fabric. Keep running your machine to do the next applique guideline as the video shows. Now we're going to cover the whole guideline with a piece of pattern fabric of your choice. Just make sure you remove the paper backing from the heat and bond before you lay it down. The following spool color will do the tack down stitch to attach that heat and bond applique fabric to the project. After the tack down stitch is all done, we're going to trim all around it. Then keep running your machine for the following spool color. It will do the blanket applique stitch all around the edge of that applique fabric. As you can see, we're going to repeat the same step we did the last 2 times, so we can do the next applique. It's going to do a guideline, the next spool color will do the tack down stitch, and the following spool color will do the blanket applique stitch all around it. Keep running your machine for the next spool color. It will do a applique guideline as the video shows. In this case, we're doing the door from our gingerbread house, and then we're going to cover the guideline with a piece of pattern fabric of your choice. Like I said before, just make sure all your fabrics have heat and bond on it, since we're doing blanket applique. Then after the tack down line is all done, we're going to trim all around it, and then the following spool color will do some embroidery details as the video shows. Keep running your machine for the following spool color. It will do the next applique guideline as the video shows. After the guideline is all done, we're going to cover it with a piece of pattern fabric of your choice. Just make sure you remove the paper backing from the heat and bond. And then the next spool color is going to do the blanket applique all around the edge of that applique fabric. The next 3 applique steps will create the Christmas tree next to the little door. Just follow your machine prompts. First, it will stitch the placement guideline. Cover that area with a piece of fabric of your choice. Then, the next spool color will stitch the tack down to secure your applique fabric. Once the tack down is finished, trim neatly all around it. Repeat these steps a total of 3 times to complete the Christmas tree applique, just as I'm showing you in the video. Keep running your machine for the next spool color. It will do 3 applique guidelines as the video shows. Those 3 applique guidelines are the 3 windows from your gingerbread house. Here I'm going to show you the pattern fabrics I use to create the 3 windows applique. I choose Christmas prints with little gingerbreads and snowmen, and I use those characters as applique pieces. So it will look like there are some little friends inside our gingerbread house. We have one little gingerbread in one of the first window, another ginger man in the second window, and a snowman peeking out on the third one. In the next step, I will show you exactly how they're done. Pick your character fabrics of your choice and cut out the little characters you want to use. Next, add heat and bond to the back of each piece and make sure to iron it really well so they will fuse nicely. Now our character applique pieces are ready, and we can use them to create the 3 adorable gingerbread house windows applique as the video shows. Now we're going to add each character applique fabric to each of the window guidelines as the video shows. Keep running your machine for the next spool color. It will do the tack down stitch to attach each character to the window. After the tack down line is all done, we're going to trim all around it. Now keep running your embroidery machine for the next spool color. It will start doing a lot of the embroidery details as the video shows. In this case, it's doing all the frosting around the windows and around the walls of our gingerbread house. Keep running your embroidery machine for the following spool color. It will do 3 applique guidelines as the video shows, and those guidelines are the base of each of the windows. Now we're going to cover the 3 applique guidelines with pattern fabrics of your choice. Just make sure those little fabrics have heat and bond on it so the edges won't fry. Then keep running your embroidery machine for the following spool color. It will do the tack down stitch to attach each applique piece to the project. After the tack down stitch is all done, we're going to trim all around them. And then the following spool color will do the blanket applique stitch all around the edge of the each applique fabric. Keep running your machine for the following spool color. It will do some embroidery details as the video shows. As you can see, our gingerbread house is almost done. Now we're going to cover the whole project with a piece of pattern fabric of your choice. Just make sure the wrong side of the fabric is facing you. Then we're going to run our last spool color. It will do a tack down stitch all around the project, but it's going to leave an opening so we can turn the whole project inside out later. Now we are going to unhook the whole project. Then cut all around the stitch line, leaving about 1/4 inch seam allowance. Where the opening is, make sure to leave those fabrics a little longer so we can tuck them inside neatly after we turn the whole project right side out. Now it is time to turn the whole project right side out. Take your time and gently push out and shape every corner, just like I'm showing you in the video. Now we're going to iron the entire project, front and back, so the heat and bond can fuse everything together nicely. We're also going to turn the opening fabrics to the inside before pressing, so it all looks clean and finished. Now it is time to make the folds that will form our wallet. Once you have your folds in place, give them a good press so they keep their shape nicely. Now we're going to add the snaps to our project. Just place them exactly where the embroidery marks are and follow the instructions for your snaps. If you would like to use the same snaps I'm using, they are available in my Amazon storefront. You'll find the link right under the video description. Now we're going to sew the sides of the wallet so it can take the final shape. It is very simple, just one straight stitch on each side. You can sew them by hand or with your sewing machine. I stitched mine by hand, as you can see in the video. It took me less than 10 minutes, and just like that, our wallet is all done. Wow, look at them. I made 3 gingerbread houses wallets, and they turn out absolutely adorable. I mix and match different fabrics to give each one a special look, and they are just so cute and very useful. I'm planning to give them as a gift for family and friends, but I love them so much that I kind of want to keep them for myself. Now it is time for our SWEEPSTAKE giveaway. I am so excited with this one. I'm giving away 1 tube of white embroidery bobbin, a package of super cute sewing charms, and 2.5 yards of the same gingerbread house fabrics I use for my project. They are absolutely adorable and the colors are just perfect for creating your own Gingerbread Quilt Cottage Wallet. To enter, leave a comment below. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. Turn your notifications on so you will know who's the winner. This is for US participants only. Entries will close on December 7 at midnight. And important, YouTube is not a sponsor or affiliated of this giveaway in any way. Good luck everyone and thank you so much for participating. Look at this little Ginger Quilt Cottage Wallet. The colors and details are just magical. It already looks so sweet. Here you can really see how the quilted texture brings the whole gingerbread cottage to life. So puffy, cozy, and ready for holiday cheers.
I love how the mix and match fabrics makes every wallet completely unique. Each one has its own personality and charm. Thank you so much for stitching with me today. If you enjoy this project, please give it the video a thumbs up. It will help me immensely. Stay cozy, stay creative, and I'll see you in my next video.